rate is a critical metric for any SaaS business. A high churn rate means you're losing a significant number of paying customers. And if you're not offsetting this with new acquisitions, your business could be in trouble. Tracking churn rate and understanding why customers leave isn't always a straightforward process. Thankfully, with the right systems in place, you can uncover valuable information that will help you improve your business and reduce the number of churned users over time. So let's start with the basics. A churned user is someone who used to pay for a subscription but no longer does. They may have churned voluntarily for a variety of reasons. Perhaps the product didn't meet their expectations, had too many bugs, was too expensive, or they found a better alternative. Often it's a combination of several factors. The other type of churn is called delinquent or involuntary churn. This occurs when payments fail or due to other transactional issues. In these situations, the customer may want to continue their subscription, but something is preventing them from doing so. The basic formula for churn rate is the number of churned users divided by the total number of paying users. Let's say that I've launched my soon-to-be multi-billion-dollar business shipping strawberries to any location on the planet 24/7 year-round. I quickly gained my first 10 paying subscribers. Great, right? But it hasn't been all strawberries and sunshine. In the second month of growing my unicorn business, 3 customers abruptly canceled their subscriptions. 1 couldn't complete a payment despite my team's best efforts, and 2 others jumped ship to competitors. Ouch. That's 3 churned users out of the 10 customers I had, so that's a 30% churn rate. Another important metric you'll want to track is MRR churn. MRR stands for monthly recurring revenue. To calculate MRR churn, you add up the lost revenue from both delinquent and voluntary churned users. In my case, that was $60 MRR from the customer who couldn't complete payment and $120 total from the 2 customers now devouring my competitor's strawberries. So that's $180 of MRR churn. Sounds simple, right? Well, in reality, calculating churn isn't always that straightforward because most SaaS businesses don't just have 10 customers or a single subscription plan like mine. Things get messy when you have thousands of customers across multiple subscription tiers, including legacy plans. Some users sign up for different billing cycles, get discounts or refunds, churn, downgrade, or resubscribe, sometimes all within a few months. So in such a complex setup, how do you accurately track your churn rate? You can use revenue optimization tools that aggregate your subscription data and provide churn rate along with other valuable metrics. Popular options include Paddle, ChartMogul, and Baremetrics, to name a few. These tools generally work well, but if your pricing structure is complex, they might occasionally misinterpret data and skew the results slightly. For the most accurate calculations, it's best to calculate churn yourself since you understand the nuance of your subscription model. You can do this with a simple spreadsheet, or for more sophisticated learning, leverage BI tools to build advanced dashboards. Looker Studio, Tableau, and Power BI are great options for this. To get the data for calculating churn rate, tap into the platform that processes your payments. For example, at Coupler.io, we use our own product to automatically extract raw data from Stripe on a daily basis. This allows us to calculate key metrics, including churn rate and MRR churn, and send the data to interactive dashboards our team relies on every day. This approach enables the team to track every churned user and understand why they canceled their subscription. We can analyze different user cohorts, identify the most common reasons for churn each week, and correlate these insights with product decisions. Having this kind of data easily accessible is invaluable for any SaaS business. If you need assistance in building such a dashboard for your product, don't hesitate to reach out to us for a free quote. Our team of experts is ready to create tailor-made data solutions to meet your specific needs. Another valuable source of financial data is your accounting software, such as QuickBooks or Xero. These platforms store transactions, invoices, customer records, and complete purchase histories. While they may not be sufficient on their own for calculating churn, combining them with other services can provide a reliable and comprehensive data source. This leads to one of the main challenges in calculating churn: distributed data. To reliably calculate churn rate, you need to consolidate all your subscription-related data in one place. A spreadsheet might work for small companies, but as your data volume increases, data warehouses like BigQuery become much more efficient. This offers an additional advantage, having a single source of truth for your data, ensuring a unified way of calculating churn and other SaaS metrics across all your reports. And here's where Coupler.io can be very useful. For example, you can pull Stripe transactions, various data entities from QuickBooks, sales data from Pipedrive, and even historical records from your early days stored in a spreadsheet. Transform the data to your liking and schedule regular updates to your reports. All of this can be accomplished in a no-code environment with a 5-minute setup and reliable monitoring of all your data flows from a single interface. Now that you've started tracking churn reliably, how do you reduce it? The first step is understanding why people are leaving. Whenever someone cancels their subscription, ask them to fill out a brief survey explaining their reasons for churning. Keep the survey simple, but leave room for more detailed feedback for those who want to share more. It can provide crucial areas for improvement. Follow-up emails are another good approach. Gently ask for feedback. While it's great to win them back, fixing the root causes can have a much bigger impact on reducing churn for all users. For my strawberry business, which has a high churn rate, I could start sending follow-up emails to ask whether customers would prefer smaller portions, seasonal shipments, or if maybe their last delivery arrived completely rotten. If it's the latter, maybe I should rethink the whole strawberry thing and start shipping bananas instead. Another strategy is to offer more flexible subscription options. Some customers may feel restricted if the only option is an annual plan. Introduce monthly or quarterly plans, or even a skip-a-month option for when customers are already up to their necks in strawberries and the next delivery is fast approaching. Track how customers use your product and measure their satisfaction throughout the year. Provide tutorials, share ideas, respond to emails promptly, and nudge users to explore new features, especially if you notice they haven't been very active. This brings me to a common mistake businesses make when most of their customers are on annual plans. If you don't monitor user behavior throughout their subscription, potential issues might go unnoticed. After all, their subscription is still active. But when it's time to renew, you could face an unexpectedly high churn rate that's hard to recover from. So what might have happened? Perhaps customers didn't enjoy the service and quietly switched to competitors after a few months, or maybe there were too many bugs and unanswered emails, and that led them to decide that renewing wasn't an option long before the subscription expired. In my strawberry business, I send a quick survey after each delivery to check if everything went smoothly, and I also keep an eye on whether users visit our inspiration pages with delicious smoothie recipes and more. If they don't, I start sending top recipes by email or even organize a live smoothie making webinar for all our customers. When it comes to delinquent or involuntary churn, it can be useful to implement an automatic payment retry system. Set it to retry daily or every few days if there's an issue with the payment. It's best not to cancel the subscription immediately after the first failed payment. Give customers a grace period so they can resolve the issue without stress. Send out emails to inform customers about payment issues, but don't make it a boring payment failed update your card every time. Make it fun. For example, oops, it looks like your card expired. Don't worry, we've still got your strawberries, but they're getting anxious. Update your payment method and we'll keep the berries coming. It's also important to monitor when cards are about to expire. If a payment is due in a few weeks, but the card on file is no longer valid, it's worth sending a request for updated payment information ahead of time. Another key strategy is offering multiple payment methods. If a customer's card keeps failing, PayPal, a local payment provider, or even cryptocurrency could be an alternative. As long as these options fit your business model, they can help prevent involuntary churn. And even if a customer does churn, don't give up. Offer them a discount or extend their subscription for a little while to give them more time to reconsider. All of these tactics will help you reduce churn and keep more customers on board. After all, it's much easier and cheaper to retain existing customers than to acquire new ones. And that's a wrap. Now you know more about tracking and improving your churn rate. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on the latest tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.